Uh, what do you miss most about your home country?
I miss the culture and the music. There's always a lot of music. People are very happy all the time. They gather. The families gather all the time, and that's part of the culture that I miss the most.
All right. Uh, what do you like the most about living in the U.S.?
The opportunities. When we came, my father came here because he wanted better opportunities for us, and because of that, we've been able to have opportunities, in terms of better living.
All right. What do you like the least about living in the U.S.? What do you like the least about living in the U.S.?
What I like the least is actually I just about like everything, but the racism, that's what I like the least.
What are some things you have learned from living in the U.S.?
Well, I came here as a child, but I've grown here. I mean, I grew up here, and so what I've learned is that there's great opportunities if you really use the opportunities that are, in front of you. It betters your life.
What things have your parents taught you about your cultural heritage? Or your cultural/heritage?
They always taught me that it was very important to always keep my heritage alive, especially the language, to pass it on to the kids, to always keep a lot of our customs alive.
What are some traditions that you and your family follow?
Oh, we follow wonderful traditions. When we celebrate our Christmas and we celebrate our parties, it's always with the food that's Hispanic food, and we always like to have the music alive and just continue the culture that was presented to us by our parents.
What are some important ideals or values that your family has?
Our family has great values of family. Family is very important. We're always there to help each other, and we pass that on to our children and to our grandchildren. And we always look for opportunities to celebrate together.
What was your experience like the first few days in the U.S.?
It was very difficult, very difficult. As a child, I didn't know the language. When I started going to school, I was made fun of. I was frightened, just scared because I just could not communicate as the other children did. And that was very difficult.
Have you ever gone back to the country you or your family is from? What was that experience like for you?
Yes, I've gone back many times, and it's wonderful to go back and just see how the island from Puerto Rico, how the island has grown, and just the culture, the beautiful culture. The only thing that has been a little difficult is that it's Americanized a lot, so part of the culture is gone, but still when you go deep in the country, you can still find that culture that was there once.
What are some challenges that you think Spanish speakers face in the U.S.?
Some of the challenges are, for some people, especially for some Hispanics, is the language, trying to fit into places where there is racism, and for the most part, that would be it.
Um, well, I can't do that. What are some major differences between the culture in your home country and the culture of the U.S.?
Well, like I said before, basically it's the way families connect with each other. I find that as Hispanics, we are more united. We see family as number one thing in our culture, and also religion. You know, we come from a place where religion is very important in our lives.
How does food differ from your home country in the U.S.?
Well, it's very different. You know, we differ from the home country. It's just a different type of food. For instance, we have a lot of pastelillos, and we have rice, and we have beans, and we have stuff like that. It's very different from American food.
Does your family eat and or cook traditional food? If so, how does this differ from typical? That was pretty much the last question. Does your family eat and or cook traditional food?
Yes, we do. We cook traditional food, especially when we get together as families, especially on different events. But we also cook, you know, the regular American food. But the traditional food is always a special dish.
How is schooling different in the U.S. versus your home country?
Well, I only went to school there for a little bit, but as I go back and I see how school is over there and how it is here, over there the kids are like, it's more open. Kids are, they have a lot of recess. They have a lot of time to go out of the school. In the U.S., it's more structured.
And how are relationships different from your Spanish-speaking culture and the culture you observe in the U.S.?
What's say there again?
How are relationships different from your Spanish-speaking culture and the culture you observe in the U.S.?
Well, again, it's the same, you know, practically the same thing. The thing is that as Spanish-speaking families, we are more united, I think, more centered. We always try to you know, work together and do activities together, and always, if somebody comes from Puerto Rico, they come and we bring them into our home. Our home is like open. Like, as they say, there's a saying that says, "Tu casa es mi casa," and that's because our home is really open to other members of people, the people that come from outside, that come from Puerto Rico or other areas.
All right, that's all the questions. Thank you.
So now, what do you do with that?